This is the Cruise FM Out of Tune podcast. Here is Stacey and Curtis.
Curtis, I prepared. I have
No,
my
you
5
didn't.
points
Okay.
for today's podcast, which is episode 2 of episode 10 of season 2.
We jumped back.
What's going on?
We have one reoccurring joke.
Yeah.
You're all flustered
I'm flustered.
I threw you a future topic that you cannot deliver on.
There's not too many things I can't deliver on, and that was one of them.
Wow, I'm glad I found. It's been years, and I finally found a topic
My Achilles.
Stacey Cooper is not well versed in. That's insane.
And you know what, though?
Mark it on the calendar.
You know, I saw somebody, I think it was Amy Poehler on her podcast. She had Phil Armisen.
Yep.
Phil Armisen?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. From Portlandia.
That's still
Phil
right.
Armisen.
Phil Armisen? Fred.
Thank you. Jeez.
I'm writing
And
while
she
you're talking
said, okay, I'm going to give you 1 minute, pretend you're an expert on, and she goes, the Alaskan pipeline. So Fred Armisen had 1 minute to
Yeah.
pretend he was an expert on something. So Curtis, for you, I'm going to pretend for the next time we do this topic that you talked about that I am okay and I can do it.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm going to fake it till I make it. That's what's going to happen.
I love that.
Okay. So, our topic for this week,
We've been telling you that to tell you this.
exactly, beating around the bush, is, and I think you versed it as 5 things, if you could go back in time, you would tell your younger self. What did we talk about age-wise?
Grade 8.
Grade
As the
8
grade
self.
8s get ready to have that
embark.
last month of elementary school before they transition into high school and then the rest of their life.
Okay.
I thought this would be fun. And let's play this straight, Stacey. Let's, if parents are listening, if you're looking at this is going to be a guide. Play this for your 8th grade kid because I know your parents aren't as cool as Stacey and I.
Obviously.
Right? So your parents might have some lame ideas and that's understandable, but Stacey and I are the coolest older people you'll ever meet.
Yeah.
So let your parents step aside, they can press play, and we will bestow knowledge to you. Mm-hmm. And it may overlap with some things your parents have said, but you know it's the truth when it's coming from us. We got no horses in this race. We want what's best for the kids out there as they transition into high school. Of course, I know people listen all over the world to this podcast.
Clearly.
But here in Saskatchewan, it goes from K to 8 and then high school. We have no middle school.
Yes, that's
we cut
right.
out the middleman.
No junior college or whatever, junior
Right.
high.
So to recap, parents, press play. Let your grade 8s listen. This is going to be, we're going to keep the language down. We're going to keep
Are
the
we?
inappropriate.
Shit.
Oh, Stacey.
Sorry.
See, this is why. Some parent now just turned it off.
Oh,
you got to
man.
beep that out. I want this to be PG,
I'll
okay?
edit it.
Okay?
Okay.
Okay, Potty Mouth Cooper. This one's for the kids.
Got it.
Okay? Okay. 5 things. We'll go back and forth in our
Okay, you start.
classic of things I wish if I could go back in time, I'd tell myself in grade 8.
Okay.
Okay.
You first.
Is there a particular sound effect?
4.
Handing me the ball.
Oh, how about ding?
Oh. Or I thought
Oh,
maybe
you
we
mean
do
the...
our ping pong thing.
What is wrong with me?
Man, you missed the number 10 and the ping pong
I
thing.
know.
That's okay.
It's a fuzzy Friday.
It's true. My first thing, I wish I could go back and tell grade 8 Curtis and to tell kids out there, you're not as flawed as you think you are. I was so hard on myself at that age going through high school. I didn't like anything about myself. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the teen years can be pretty terrible.
And I think that's pretty common. But I look back now and I'm like, you know what? I wasn't that bad.
You were just a teenager.
I was a teenager.
Yeah.
And I just remember spending so much time obsessed with I don't like the way I look.
Yeah.
I was a little bit chubby. That really bugged me. I just did not have a lot of self-esteem or confidence. Mm-hmm. And I look back now at my teenage self. I'm like, you were okay, kid.
You were totally
You were
okay. Yeah.
I posted pictures of my grade 11 or 12 self a few years ago, like 4 or 5 years ago on Facebook, just as hey, remember when we all looked like this? And my friend Heather Morrison, and I mean, I'm probably more of a professional friend with her than a friend, and she made a comment, something like, you were hunky back in Saskatoon. And Stacey, my 17-year-old self needed to hear that.
Ah.
It's so, I know.
Yeah.
I'm going all in on this. Like, I carry that. I carry that compliment around. And I know it was just like a Heather just, commenting and probably never thought about it again. But man, that one landed.
And it just goes
30
to
years
show you
later.
how impactful a quick comment can be on both sides of the spectrum. When someone gives you a legit compliment where it's like, hey, you look great, or you look fat or something. It sticks
Absolutely.
with you both ways in both way different ways. Like when someone does tell you that you have big thighs or something.
Yeah.
Totally. The body image thing is such a ball of wax. Like I get that fully. And I think that was kind of like my first one. I don't want to like piggyback yours.
No,
but
do you want
mine
me to go back?
No, it's okay.
Okay.
Oh, do you want to pass it to me? Thank you. Mine was just don't worry what people think. And I know I shouldn't say maybe don't worry, but don't get so caught up, because I'll still worry. I love worrying. It's my favorite. But just don't hold so much stock in what people think, because we compare ourselves so much, and yet your uniqueness is what makes you you. And having a weird little friend or doing whatever, if you're doing something differently, that's what makes you who you are. And changing yourself for somebody else or holding something back, you're just like lying to yourself. And so getting so caught up in that, I did the same thing where it was like, oh, I have to dress a certain way. I have to do a certain thing. I wear my hair a certain way, and trends happen and stuff. But like, I was so worried about what people thought of me. And like, if you just be your actual, and this sounds so like deep and meaningful, but it's true. Like, just be yourself. People will like you for who you are.
If we're ever going to do a deep and meaningful one, though, for real, this should be this one. I remember just being
True.
a ball of nerves of like, okay, childhood's kind of over in a month.
Well,
and
and
we're going to
even-
go to high school, and it's going to be weird, and we're the new kids again now, which is terrifying.
I know.
Because we've run this school for the last 2 years as being grade 7 and 8.
Yep.
And now we are like toddlers going into this. Think about how little you were in grade 9 compared to the grade 12s.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the growth spurt that happened in those 4 years is insane.
Yeah. And even now, I just want to say the kids in grade 9 look like they're in grade 5.
Yeah.
Like, they're very small. Did we look that small? I don't think we
I
looked
did.
that small.
Maybe.
Jeez. And just even the building itself is daunting.
Yeah.
A giant high school with stairs. Crazy.
To put a little bow on that, let's go back to Schitt's Creek, which is, if you're listening, kids, the show your parents used to watch.
Yeah.
And one of my favorite quotes is from Mrs. Rose, where she says, "One day you will look back at those photos with much kinder eyes." And
yeah.
that's so true.
Totally.
And that happened to me 100%.
Yeah. And it doesn't even go to like your grade 8 self. Like, I can do that on my 20-year-old self,
Oh, yeah?
on my 25-year-old self. Like, kinder eyes, Stacey. Let's
Yeah.
just be better to yourself, honestly.
Okay.
Okay, back to you.
The popular high school kids who are nice, those are the future leaders. Those are the ones that are going to excel. They are going to do great things.
Yeah.
Those are the good people. The popular kids who are mean, you are watching these people peak
Yeah.
in real time. And that's not out of being mean at all.
Yeah.
That is just, I think it was true when we went in the 90s, and I think it's true today. The mean popular kids, that's it for them.
Yeah.
And I think they know, and I think that's why. I think they know there is nothing after high school graduation.
And they
'Cause
hold on to it so tight.
They hold on to it so tight. And
Yeah.
it's funny, after you graduate, the cliques disappear. Mm-hmm. Like, I wasn't bullied or picked on in high school, but there was definitely, like, I was not in the cool group. And there were definitely people that, like, wouldn't make eye contact with me because I was below them.
Yep.
And not even, like, a year out of high school, I would run into these people and they'd be like, "Curtis, hey, what's going on? Oh, man, don't you miss high school?" And I was like, not really.
Yeah.
It was fun, but, like, I'm in a better place now, to be honest.
Well, and
Like,
that's the thing, is because, like you said, when they realize that, like, they have this weird power, this
Yep.
control, this level of, what they think is coolness. And then outside of the walls of that school, it doesn't translate
it
anymore.
does not translate.
I mean, you can try to make it translate, but guess what? You're going to come off as a douchebag.
Man, I ran into someone I went to high school with when I was like 35, so like not that super long ago, and they looked old and they had thinning hair and they were still in the bar. And they were like, "Man, I'm so glad I never settled down. I'm so glad I never got that wife and kid." And I was like, "All right, buddy,
Have a great day.
You have the best. I'm going to go home to my wife now.
Yeah.
But it was good catching up with you, and you look great. You look like you haven't been drinking for 20 years straight, right? Looks like things are going well, buddy.
Yeah.
With the untucked suit shirt.
Oh my God.
Drinking by yourself on a
Yeah.
Tuesday. Things are, yeah, I'm glad you didn't conform either, bud.
You're still that guy.
Yeah.
And they're the ones too. Like you see these characters in movies and TV shows, right? Where it's almost like a stereotype of that person.
Yes.
Where they are just quoting things from back in the day. Remember when we did
Yep.
this? Remember we did that? And it was like, that was grade 11.
Yeah.
So much has happened since then.
You'd think.
You would think.
And then sometimes it's even sadder when you see the group of cool, mean people in high school that are still partying together, like 15 years later.
Well,
They're like, man, Stewie's over there. Go say hi to Stewie. I was like, I'm good. I don't need to say hi.
pass.
And they're like, remember when this happened in grade 11? Remember when this happened? I was like, no, because you guys didn't talk to me, and you guys are still talking about this.
Yeah. And that's the thing.
Amazing.
People have such different takes on high school. Like you both of us, I think mine wasn't like amazing.
Yeah.
It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't like what some other people. So when you hear those people who are like, "Oh my God, that was the best years of my life," I'm like, "What? Did I miss something?" Because it wasn't the best time of my life.
Absolutely not. Like
So-
I would give anything to go back for 1 week.
And just do it different.
Just to experience it again. If I could go back in time, I would love to just do like a Monday to Friday and
Yeah.
appreciate it and soak it in
Yeah.
and not be so fast to like move past it. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. It wasn't. And I mean, my high school was fine.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
I had a girlfriend at one point. I got invited to parties, not like the
Whoa.
cool kid parties, but like I was at parties. I had lots of friends.
Yeah.
I, clearly had self-esteem issues and I didn't think I was very good in anything.
Yeah.
But I
You still had a good time.
still had a pretty good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some people just like to continue that for the rest of their lives.
Yes. So befriend the cool, popular, nice kids.
Yeah.
Those are the ones
I
to
like that
attach your
one.
anchor
I like
to.
that one. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, this one doesn't necessarily relate. This was more of a
Okay.
joke, like absolutely. Buy Apple stock,
That's
which I know, like, when I was in grade 8, I was raking in some half decent cash as a babysitter. And so I know this is not, I wasn't going to be buying Apple stock when I was younger, but like financial sort of smarts back then. I know it's maybe a little bit, and I didn't necessarily recognize the grade 8 portion of your message, but like, I just wish I would be more conscious of my future when I was younger.
yeah, absolutely.
Like thinking ahead.
Yep.
I used Apple stock as an example because obviously it did pretty well. But it's hard because obviously you're still like 13, 14 years old. You're not going to be like, all right, my 5-year plan. But I don't know, just being conscious and thinking ahead towards things.
That's a great one.
Because I know I didn't, and I just don't know if I wasn't able to or I didn't want to.
And financially, things were easier for us back then.
Oh, that's also true. Which is
So
depressing.
but that's a great message for kids: is start thinking about that stuff.
Well, and you
Start
know how,
thinking about what you need and you don't need, and maybe saving some money.
and I even when I did start having an automatic thing taken off my paycheck when I started working.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I was like 25 or something, and I was like, what have I been doing the last, or maybe I was even closer to 30 possibly. I just hadn't had that mindset of like preparing for stuff, even planning out your future and stuff like that. I know it sounds heavy for a 13-year-old, but just at least get your brain there a little bit as
Yeah.
to what you might be doing in the future.
That was a great one.
Yeah. Put those coins away.
Yeah. Okay. You probably think you know what you want to do for a living at this point. You probably have a hobby that you want to turn into a career. Have a plan B or kind of rethink that. Like, say you really like producing music or you really like, doing watercolors. You have something that you're like, I want to do this for a living.
Yeah.
You might not actually want to.
That's a very good one.
And not just because it's getting harder and harder, nearly impossible to make a living and pay your bills doing something creative. Mm-hmm. Doing that at a professional level could very well make you hate your hobby that you love so much.
Oh, that's, yeah.
So start thinking about what could I do that I could pay my bills and not hate and allow me to come home and spend my evenings and weekends on my passion, which I may be able to turn into a side hustle.
Yeah.
You can take your watercolors or you can freelance music production on the side.
Yeah.
But digging your heels in and saying, I'm going to be a watercolor painter, a famous watercolor painter, not
It's a grand dream,
probably
but it's
lightning could hit. But start thinking of, maybe I could be a vet technician and I love animals. That's a job that can never be replaced by computers.
yeah.
Maybe I'd like doing that. I'll lock in, get that, and I'll do my art on the side or my music production on the side. And you might honestly be happier.
Yeah.
Because then you are not making art for other people trying to desperately pay your bills.
Pay your bills,
and there's
exactly.
nothing more crushing than working with clients who are like, no, this isn't good. No, this is,
Yeah.
you don't want to take your passion and end up hating it at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So,
And that, I was just talking to one of my girlfriends whose daughter was she just at the hospital? I can't remember. But somebody was mentioning what their job was. And it was not your typical like accountant, teacher, whatever. It was like a offshoot. It was like not a phlebotomist. What was it?
I don't even know what a phlebotomist is.
It's a blood technic, or I think a blood. I don't want to say
helper.
I don't want to say technician. I think it's like a blood doctor.
Okay.
Anyway, but she had said like it would be so great if people came into the schools and instead of saying things like you can be a doctor, a lawyer, a vet, or whatever, these random like really niche little jobs that you might think someone will be like, oh my God, I love the, like just expand, like what you were saying, expand the abilities out there or the possibilities out there rather than pigeonholing yourself into something. Your angle was like the creative side of things and what you're passionate about, but just jobs in general, I don't think kids necessarily get a good comprehensive idea of what's out there. And we all know too that like trades are people are making great money in trades. We got, I think in our era, it was like, you have to go to university. You have to get a university degree in something. And I went and took a year of arts and science for no reason. I did want to be a nurse, but it never went that way. Whereas now it's like, if you want to be a meat cutter or, something in the trades, by all means, please do that.
Yeah.
And then take that little bit further and make it even more niche and, do that other thing.
That's a great example. It's funny because back in the 90s, and this is probably going to sound harsher than it was, but like if you went to trade school, it was kind of like, well, of course he went to trade school.
The dumb jock went to trade school.
He can't cut it in university.
Yes, exactly.
And, oh my God, did they win. They won in life.
100%.
These like electricians and industrial plumbers
HVACs.
are making like six figures. Laughing at everyone else.
Society mocked them at the time.
Without the insane like school
debt.
Yes. Yeah.
Exactly. And we need those people so bad.
Welders. One of my high school friends went to, I think it was Hitachi, like the day after graduation, has worked there ever since, and he must just be raking it in.
Wow.
Just like
probably
near retirement. Right? So look into trades.
Yeah, 100%.
That was a free one.
Yeah.
There wasn't even a ping pong ball back and forth for that one. That was a bonus. Look into trades, kids. Okay.
All right. Is it back to me?
I think back to you.
Mine, and this is maybe just specific for me, and I guess it is to your 8-year-old or eighth grade self. Be more adventurous. Nice. And that involves, I want to say, like all the facets in life. I was a pretty reserved person. My self-esteem too wasn't like through the roof or anything. I was I didn't have a boyfriend in high school. I didn't go to parties because I was raised pretty religious, and I don't know. I just stuck to home. My best friend was my cousin, and I was just like a little homebody, a little like church mouse, if you will. And so I feel like I kind of missed out on things. And I'm not saying, and I know what I did miss out on just based on when we were born and young was like the partying. I didn't get to experience that when I was a teenager. I got to experience it later. But, and I'm not saying to like go out and, get dumb and get so drunk and do stupid things, but don't hold yourself back from stuff. You can still be involved in things, but not take it too far or not too far. But I know I held myself back from things. And even, like trying out for the badminton team. I tried out for the badminton team. I didn't make it, but I was like, I can't believe I did that. Because I was so nervous about it,
Yeah.
And like talking to people or wearing something, like just do it. And I know that's the Nike slogan.
No, it's a successful slogan.
It
for
is
a
a
reason.
successful slogan, but there are some things that I wish I just would have done and have been more adventurous. And that's all there is to it. I don't even know if I can expand on it more.
I'll piggyback off that and definitely say, get involved. Oh, don't pass it back.
was it
This
not
is
back?
my official.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just piggybacking. So back
Okay.
to you. This is a continuation, okay? Get involved. That's actually one of my regrets of high school.
Yeah.
Was I, again, had some, self-esteem issues. So I stomped around like too cool for school.
Yeah.
Even though school was too cool for me. But I look back at all the missed opportunities that, I should have taken drama. I should have done all this stuff that I
Or
was just
joined a
like,
club.
no, I'm not going to do that.
Like
I
being
hate
on the
school.
the yearbook committee.
Yearbook.
Yearbook committee. Why didn't I?
I know.
Because the opportunity was, they were always looking for
Yeah.
people, and I'd walk by the poster and be like, nah, not for me.
As
Come
if I'm going to do
on.
more work for the school. And then I went to community college and got involved in everything, and it was like the best. Like,
Again, hindsight, my
right?
God.
Yes. Okay, now serve it back. Okay, I have 2 left. And this one also, I guess, kind of piggybacks on what you said, but man, don't grow up too fast.
Yeah.
This one hurts. Mm-hmm. In your 40s, Stacey, the other day I park at Midtown Plaza, right? In
Yeah.
Underground or Midtown. Is it Plaza? Midtown
Yeah,
Mall?
it's Plaza.
Yeah, okay. I was going down to my car after work, and there were these 5 teenage boys getting out of their car, and they're all laughing and joking around, and 4 of them had black shirts and one of them had a purple shirt, and they're like, yeah, I guess Jimmy didn't get the we left him out of the black shirt text group. And then another guy was like, well, Jimmy just, of course he has to stand out. And then Jimmy was like, dudes, I'd stand out if I was wearing a black shirt. And they're all laughing and giving each other a hard time.
What?
And I wanted to be like this old man that just suddenly appeared and be like, don't ever let this go. Take a snapshot of this moment. Because when you're 45, you will look back at these times with your friends and they're going to disappear. And you won't even realize they're going to disappear and you will never get them back. Don't grow up. Don't stay here.
Yeah.
Stay here.
You're like the ghost of Christmas past when he comes
Yes.
back. And that moment where that person, that Jimmy guy, for instance, had his entire personality in one sentence where he's like, duh, it doesn't matter. I'll always stand out.
Yeah.
That kind of wherewithal, foresight, gumption of a person at that age is amazing. And I would love to see what he is doing in 10 years
Well,
from
they were
now.
all just razzing each other
Yeah.
like boys do. And it was all fun and everyone was laughing. And
Yeah.
it's like, you're a star, Jimmy.
And it's funny, my daughter is 7 and she wanted to wear something to school, but then she was like, she'd said something that changed her mind. And it was related to something about what people think
Yeah.
or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And it killed me a little because as the parent, again, speaking on I've been there, I know what it's like, but just wanting to almost shake her a little and be like, no, just wear it.
Yeah.
Don't worry what someone's going to think. Don't get the black shirt memo.
Yeah.
Wear that weird thing that you were going to wear.
Be a Jimmy.
Yeah, be a Jimmy. And it's hard to argue with a 7-year-old. So,
Yeah.
but I just hope that she, doesn't push that down too far.
I remember when Macy came home from daycare one day and decided that out of the blue, no influence of anyone else, but Paw Patrol was for babies. Oh. And I was like, it starts.
Here we
but
go.
anyway, don't grow up too fast. You hit high school and you want to be an adult. And, obviously drinking and drugs and, having sex leads to very serious consequences that you have to be ready for if you're going to partake in them.
Yeah.
And you have the rest of your life
Yeah.
to figure that out.
I think,
Go to the mall with your boys.
yeah.
Go to the mall with your boys, get some Slurpees, joke around, play video games, man.
Yeah.
Cling to that a little longer.
Well, and I know what that was like I forget, it was grade 8. The rumblings were like, someone had sex. Yeah. And I just remember thinking we were still learning about sex
Yeah.
in school and someone's already and my mind was blown because again, I was such a little
Yeah.
kid. But that's so young. And I think now, we've talked about this before too, just the way society's going. Like, kids aren't having sex as much. They're not drinking and smoking as much. It's a very weird time. So different than when we were younger. But I think now when it comes to like the don't grow up, it's like, you know, the girls wearing clothes that are maybe, you know, like the short shorts and stuff and makeup or whatever. And I know I sound like an old lady, but I don't know. They're trying to give off this image of like an older, more attractive female when it's like, no, but you're 12.
Yeah.
Like, let's reel it in a little bit. You don't need to get there so fast.
I know.
Even if they're not doing the things I just listed, give yourself some time. You don't have to rip through it and be a 20-year-old already.
And kids not partaking in that stuff may be just a casualty of the two, you know, something else of their life colliding is at the fact that everybody's recording all the time.
Oh, God, yeah.
And the young generation seems to really be afraid of being like cringy or cringe. So those two things do not intersect. I mean,
Right.
the loss of control and you ending up online being drunk or being high is terrifying.
It's like you're almost always on.
100%.
And that's exhausting because
Yeah.
I do it for
But I read I can't remember, it was an article or something online about why like Gen Z, now that they're old enough to go to the bars or go out drinking, I think.
Oh, Gen Z are way older.
Are they okay? Gen whatever.
Yeah, oh, they're old enough.
Whatever the new generation, whatever label they have, they don't like going out because I don't want to be in the back of people's Instagram stories.
I think you're talking Zennials.
Zennials, okay.
I think that's the one. Because alphas and betas are too young right now.
Okay.
And that's a very valid
Yeah.
concern. And it's troubling because right away they're being held back from maybe having a good time because they're worried about being filmed. That's
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah.
And that's not anything we had to remotely think about. If anything, it was like someone verbalized the story on the Monday or whatever.
And you could be like, no, that's not how it happened.
but you aren't going to go viral for.
and it was your word against them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas now kids are going viral for these dumb dances or weird things that are happening to them. Very valid.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. This one is maybe a tie-in to my other one of being more adventurous, but I said try more sports.
Yeah.
And I played, first of all, I also took swimming. I think I got to maroon.
Yeah.
So there's that, which is not a brag at all. And I took baseball. I played baseball probably until I was in grade 5, I think. Just in the Lawson, or no, not Lawson.
Silverwood?
No.
No.
I grew up at West Side, Lester B. Pearson.
Oh, okay.
We were the Pacific Heights Blue Jays.
Amazing.
Here's my most valuable
No.
player pin. And look at this little tomboy.
1989.
That's me.
Shut up. Okay, you got to post a picture of this underneath. Oh, you look terrified.
That's me playing ball. I don't know how
it's so
old I would have been
cute.
there with my choppy hair.
Big aluminum bat. Look
I know,
at you.
hey? So funny.
Adorable.
So I took baseball, like I said, and I enjoyed it. But then my parents also weren't sport people.
Yeah.
So therefore, I wasn't really a sport person. And fast forward, I have a daughter, and I'm not like trying to. I'm not I'm not passionate about putting her in sports
You're not
because I
pushing things
wasn't.
on
Yeah.
her. Yeah.
And she said something to me. She's like, "Mom, I want to play soccer." And I was like, "That's valid. And you should be. I will definitely put you in soccer because it's an opportunity. And I never want to be the one where it's like, you are going to take ballet. You are going to do this. You are going to do that. She's come to me and asked for it. And so I never did that with my parents, and they didn't put me in anything. And so the fact that she's asking, I have to give that to her. I have to, because it's just a chance for her to learn about team sports, cooperation. Maybe she makes some new, she will. She'll make some new friends. And I just wish I did have a little
Exercise.
bit. Oh, and geez, the physical fitness side of it too. I wish I would have been in organized either sports or dancing. Maybe not dancing. I don't know. I have a bit of I'm not a good dancer. I have no rhythm.
Fair.
But I do wish that I was in organized events when I was younger, because I feel like it just would have given me a broader experience
Sure.
in a bunch of different things. You know, friendships, athleticism, what have you.
And it's a chance to meet kids that aren't in your school, too.
Yes, that's a big part of it too, I think, for my daughter. She's a social little butterfly and she loves meeting new people. So this is like a perfect opportunity for that.
I look at my own daughter who takes dancing and switched schools this year. And before she switched schools, one of her friends switched schools 2 years ago that she still keeps in touch with. And then last year switched schools and she still keeps in touch with him. And now she switched schools. So she's got these friends like all over the city.
Aw, that's
and they all
cute.
interact online. They're all like, she's like managing successfully to like merge
Yeah.
all these people. They had a track meet the other day.
Okay.
And like kids from all these little areas of her life, completely unconnected, were like hanging out together, and she's introducing all these people.
That's so
That's
cool.
insane.
Yeah.
I don't
'Cause-
think I had friends outside of my elementary school.
Well, here's the other thing. My take on like schools right now, the reason why it's so busy traffic wise is because kids are going to different schools. When we
Yeah.
were younger, if you lived in Pacific Heights, you went to Lester B or Father Vachon.
Yep.
We didn't bus kids around the city. And then even with high schools, maybe a little bit, but if you went to the high school in your neighborhood. And so I feel like we were a little bit, sort of like pigeonholed into that group of people, aside from the ones who were in dance and stuff like that. Whereas now kids are living in Dundonald and going to Marion Graham, like it's kind of all over the map. So I think that makes things a little bit different. But I do know that my circle of friends was definitely within my school,
Yep.
which is fine. But also there's so many other people out there,
Right?
honestly.
Yeah.
So that's mine.
Okay, this is my last one.
'Kay.
And this is kind of heavy.
Uh-oh.
Heads up.
Do I need tissues?
No. I promise listeners, I hope you're listening to this with your kids, but next week we'll go back to the usual like fart jokes and
fart
unsophisticated humor that you've known to love with this podcast.
Of course.
It's actually not true. Okay. Parents, stay with me because this is going to land. But I just have to say, in the grand scheme of your life, oh my God, these 4 years are so inconsequential.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
yeah.
you have. And I can still remember being in high school, and there's at least 3 times I thought my life was over. And I come from like a place of middle class privilege. I did not deal with stuff that a lot of kids have to deal with. And yet it was like, this is the worst thing that's ever going to happen to my life. I don't know how I'm going to recover from this.
Yep.
You're dealing with a lot as a kid, and it's easy for people to just like, be like, whatever, suck it up. But at
Yeah.
the moment, you're living it. It's real.
Yeah.
It's depressing. You don't know how you're going to move on. But oh my God, those 4 years. And I'm not saying they don't matter, because they do matter. Go try, meet some teachers.
Well, they
Teachers
matter.
can help you.
Yeah.
Form you. You can figure out what you want to do. But in the timeline of your life, there will be a time when you can barely remember
Yes.
80%
Yeah.
of high school.
And that's what you said, in the scheme of your life, it is a blip, right?
Yeah.
Like we're 47 right now. Those 4 years helped, obviously,
You
give
make
us experience. You make friends, you
friends.
do that kind of stuff. But when it comes down to it, I am not the same person I was then.
Nobody is. And it's
Nobody
hard
is.
to roll that around in your head because you are so sure of yourself. And when you're in high school, every one of those 4 years feels like a decade. And out of high school, every decade feels like a year.
Yeah.
It just goes in complete opposite.
And that is the only thing, like when you're younger, in elementary school, my daughter's in grade 1, it's like there's no hormones involved yet. Once high school rolls around, emotions and hormones and phones for now
Yeah.
is a big thing. And so it does become your all, like it's your whole life. But if you and that kind of goes back to my, looking ahead and just, if you only knew that this wouldn't be as big of a deal as you think it is right now.
Yeah.
That would be, I would hope that it would give some relief in a way. And like, I know as parents, you can say, don't worry, it's going to get better. Things will be different.
And coming from your parents, it doesn't mean anything.
Why not?
It just doesn't. Because it's your parents. But I'm hoping coming from us,
Okay.
two radio personalities,
2 random people on the radio.
your parents are unfortunately right about this.
100%.
The stuff that happens in high school, 99% of it does not matter
Yeah.
in 5 years.
Exactly.
And that's why it absolutely breaks my heart when people, make really bad decisions that affect the rest of their life.
Yeah.
Self-harm or suicide. It's like, you guys, you had the rest of your life.
Yeah.
This is not who you are. high school does not matter. In like it's a countdown. As soon as you graduate, nobody cares. Nobody remembers. Nobody's gonna remember
Yeah.
the time you humiliated yourself, right?
You tripped going up the stairs
Yeah.
and they fell over top of you.
I used to have like a neighbor who'd, we all get together or whatever, barbecue or whatever, and he was just like the coolest guy. And he just like he's like, oh yeah, no, I didn't like high school. Like I got picked on every day. And I was like, you?
Pardon?
Like, this guy with the hot wife and the amazing kids? And he was just like, yeah, I mean, it was high school. He's like, I got bullied like every day for 4 years. And he was just kind of like, shrug.
Yeah.
Like, we left and that's not who I was. And I figured out, I mean, like even me, like I left high school and lost a bunch of weight and got married. And like, I barely remember that version of myself. Mm-hmm. And just, it's so easy to change after high school.
Yeah.
It's so easy to change.
Well, because all of a sudden you don't have the conforms, is it, how do you say it? Conforms of that school. All that influence, all that pressure, all the rules and regs. All of a sudden you have the freedom to fully just do what you want. Well, not do what you want.
And those people are out of your life.
And those people are not necessarily in your life anymore.
If there's people
if you've made good friends, please keep them. But those other ones that were causing you grief, bye.
Yeah.
That's done.
Say hi to them in 15 years, like 0.1.
Exactly.
When they're still drinking with their friends and they look haggard.
Exactly.
And they want you to join their multi-level marketing.
Right? You can work from home and earn $3,000 a month.
So yes, my final point.
Okay.
Those 4 years matter not in the grand scheme of things. Try, make friends. Teachers can help you. You can get great advice there. But high school is far from the be-all and end-all.
Yeah.
In the scope of your life.
Definitely.
You will barely remember the events that happened. Mm-hmm. I'm done. Huge serve back to you, Stacey.
Overhand serve back to me. Mine was, and I don't know about this one because I said try harder in school.
Sure.
I mean, I should have maybe just changed it, made it softer, but like apply yourself more. Because I do know that my grades, in grade 9, I was on the honor roll. Grade 10, I was on the honor roll. Was it grade 11? I wasn't. I know I wasn't in grade 12, that's for sure. Because, like geotrig, algebra, all that kind of stuff. So I went and took calculus for some reason, which was very ridiculous. But I just know that I didn't really care about my grades. And I know that for me, my high school grades did not reflect where I am right now. Obviously, because your high school marks don't reflect radio. But I did want to go into nursing at the time. So my grades weren't great. And I had to upgrade. I upgraded 2 classes and did amazing in them. I think I had like a 90 in biology. And it was like, why did you not do that then? And it was because I didn't care. And I know that you shouldn't even also like, oh, you have to be on the honor roll. But just realize that education's actually a gift. Like a lot of people don't get the same levels that we do. I know it's not the be all end all. You know how people are like, I never used algebra in real life. What the heck? But it's teaching you how to learn and how to take information and apply it to whatever. I just wish I would have cared a little bit more. I know there were things that I just didn't, my brain couldn't compute. I had a hard time with chemistry because it was like physics and math together. Are you kidding me? No thanks. Or not physics, science and math? I don't know. Anyway, I found those kind of things really hard. But if I would have applied myself a little bit better or maybe like even asked for help, I just feel like I would have been a bit more okay with my high school marks.
Fair.
Yeah.
I learned that too out of high school because I was the jaded, like, I'm going to make a sarcastic comment. And I thought I was like killing it as that guy. And, oh, these teachers are going to remember me. And I had one teacher that was super inspiring. Shout out Mr. Shekenik. Loved going to his class. He just inspired me. I got amazing marks in his class. I was always, front row listening to this amazing man. And now after I left high school, I run into him and he's like, Mr. Anderson, and we chat and it's so wonderful. And then I run into other teachers and they do not even remember me.
Ooh, really?
And that's deserved.
Huh.
I was like, don't you remember? And I'm like, yeah, sorry. I was that like sarcastic guy that sat in the back. And they're like, oh yeah, you totally stand out. You're the one sarcastic jerk in my class that sat in the back. I totally remember that year, that semester.
Because guess what? There's 50 of them.
There's like 6 every class, every semester. And teachers are just teachers, man. That's another thing too. They just want to go home to their family and you don't realize that
We're
as
all
a
putting
kid.
in time.
Yeah,
What we're
like they don't
doing.
particularly probably want to be there either. So just give your high school teachers a break.
Yeah,
Okay?
definitely.
Yeah.
It's a hard gig teaching any grade, quite honestly, but I
Yeah.
feel like high school was very different. I can't imagine what it's like now with phones and technology being such a different thing. Like my friend's daughter is going to a private school, and it's all on tablets
Yeah.
with little pens and stuff like that. And it's like, oh my God, I remember taking notes off the projector and stuff, So it is a different time to be a teacher, but yeah, it's a tough gig. And I know I should have done better and listened more and studied harder. So I don't know, just apply yourself a little bit more.
So in closing, this is advice from two really cool radio
Yeah.
personalities, not your lame parents. Okay?
So take it.
And if a little bit of it overlapped, like I said, that's pure coincidence, and maybe they kind of know what they're talking about in a few places, but listen to us.
Because we're not biased. We're not your parents.
Go kill it in high school. You're going to have 4 amazing years.
Yeah. And then move on after that.
Look at us.
Yeah.
Different vibe
Look
this
how
week.
level-headed we are.
And I just wish you were willing to go with the next topic in 2 weeks.
I said I would try.
Well-
I said I would try.
I'm going to,
Are you going to hold me to it?
I think, listen, okay? Put on the headphones and listen to some songs,
Okay.
okay? Even if it's Skid and Marink, let's have this conversation.
That one hits
We'll just
hard.
we'll tee it up.
Sure.
We're gonna talk about our favorite lyrics.
Yeah.
And you said I don't even listen
And
to
can you-
lyrics.
can you
and
just remind me what I do for a living?
A single tear rolled down my.
I could see it in your eyes. You're like, she doesn't what?
Where is that picture of baseball playing Stacy? You're trying to tell me that girl never sat crisscross applesauce in the living room with a giant 80s headphones on with a giant jack, listening to
No. But
singing
like I
along
said-
to the mini pops.
I will do some research because there were obviously songs that I'm
Sure.
connected to, but I'm not a rememberer of lines from movies and lyrics from songs. I have lots of people in my life who'll be like, hey, remember that line in The Office where it's like blah, 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 and they go on. And I'm like, geez, what is in your brain that you remember all that stuff? It doesn't mean I didn't enjoy the show or love the song. I just don't necessarily pick up the minutia of things. But
Okay.
I'm going to get in. I'm going to
Yes.
do some research.
So as I talk about this Shakespearean poetry put to music, you'll be like, I like girls just want to have fun.
Yeah.
I think that's
Tiffany, I think we're alone now. Oh my God.
Do you remember when I snapped at you? So
the
sure that it was a
Tiffany?
Beatles song. I still think about that. I still think about
was
that a
episode
lot.
10.
Yeah, Stacy, that may have been one of my biggest faux pas. As someone who prides himself on music theory, I came at you hard. You didn't know that was a Beatles song?
And I was like, hold on a second.
And you were like Uno reverse,
Whoopsie.
and I fell backwards off my chair, humbled.
Hey, it
Humbled.
happens. And if I could give that to you, we're in a safe space here, Curtis. It's a safe space.
Oh.
Okay, that does it for episode 10, season 2 of the Out of Tune podcast. We're going to do this
2 weeks.
2 weeks from now.
See ya.
Until then.
Thanks for listening to the Cruise FM Out of Tune podcast. Check back for new episodes wherever you get your podcasts or at cruisefm.com.